Hey there, awesome homeschooling families. Welcome back to Homeschool for the Whole Family, where we bring history to life and make learning a fun adventure for everyone. I'm an education specialist and also a homeschooling father of a large family with over 15 years of homeschooling experience. Today, we're diving into an event that stirred the pot, quite literally, the Boston Tea Party. We'll explore the causes, the dramatic events of that night, and the impact that it had on the American Revolution. So get ready for some revolutionary fun. Our story begins in the 1760s and 70s, a time when the American colonies were growing increasingly frustrated with British rule. The British government was in debt from various wars and decided to impose a series of taxes on the colonies to help pay it off. But here's the kicker. The colonists had no representation in the British Parliament, which meant that they had no say in these taxes. This led to the famous phrase, "No taxation without representation." One of the most controversial taxes was the Tea Act of 1773. This act wasn't just about tea, it was a symbol of British control. It allowed the British East India Company to sell tea directly to the colonies, effectively creating a monopoly and undercutting local merchants. The colonists were fed up, and tension was brewing, pun intended. In cities like Boston, New York, and Philadelphia, protest groups known as the Sons of Liberty formed. These groups were determined to resist British control and protect colonial rights. One of the key figures in this movement was Samuel Adams, fiery patriot who helped organize resistance against British policies. He and his fellow Sons of Liberty decided that it was time to take a stand. They planned a bold act of defiance that would send a powerful message to the British government. On the night of December 16, 1773, a group of about 60 Sons of Liberty, disguised as Mohawk Indians, gathered at Griffin's Wharf in Boston. Why the disguises? They wanted to hide their identities and make it look like the act was done by Native Americans, adding a layer of mystery and rebellion. The group boarded 3 ships, the Dartmouth, the Eleanor, and the Beaver. All these ships were loaded with British tea. They worked quickly and efficiently, using hatchets to break open the chest and dump 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor. That's about 92,000 pounds of tea, worth around $1.7 million in today's money. The Boston Tea Party was a bold and daring act of protest, but it came with serious consequences. The British government was outraged and responded with a series of harsh measures known as the Coercive Acts or the Intolerable Acts. In 1774, these acts were imposed, and they closed Boston Harbor, dissolved local governments, and allowed British troops to be quartered in colonial homes. The colonists saw these acts as a direct attack on their rights and freedoms. Instead of breaking their spirit, the Intolerable Acts united the colonies in their resistance against British rule. Representatives from the colonies met at the First Continental Congress in 1774 to discuss their response and plan their next steps. The Boston Tea Party was more than just a protest. It was a catalyst for change. It galvanized the colonies to set the stage for the American Revolution. The event showed that the colonists were willing to take drastic measures to fight for their rights and freedoms. This act of defiance also inspired other revolutionary actions. It demonstrated the power of collective action and the importance of standing up against injustice. The Boston Tea Party became a symbol of American resistance and a key moment in the journey toward independence. Now, let's brew up some fun facts about the Boston Tea Party. Number 1. Tea wasn't the only target. Although tea was the main focus, the Sons of Liberty also destroyed some cargo that was mistaken for tea, including a small quantity of chocolate and coffee. Number 2. Not a single drop. Despite the large amount of tea dumped into the harbor, not a single colonist took any tea home. The protesters were disciplined and focused on making a statement, not profiting from their actions. Number 3, reenactments and commemorations. The Boston Tea Party is commemorated annually in Boston with reenactments and celebrations. It's a great way to experience history firsthand and see the impact of this pivotal event. If you're looking to bring the story of the Boston Tea Party to life for your homeschooling family, here are some engaging activities that you can try. A dramatic reenactment. Put on a play or reenactment of the Boston Tea Party with your family. Dress up as the Sons of Liberty and recreate the night of tea dumping. Creative writing. Have your children write a diary entry or a letter from the perspective of a colonist who witnessed the Boston Tea Party. Encourage them to express their thoughts and feelings about the event. Tea Party with a twist. Host a modern-day tea party while discussing the historical significance of the Boston Tea Party. Serve different types of tea and talk about the impact of this event on American history. Historical debate. Organize a debate where family members take on the role of British officials and American colonists, discussing the reasons for and against the Tea Act and the Boston Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party was a pivotal moment in American history, showing the power of unity and collective action. It reminds us of the importance of standing up for our rights and the lengths to which people will go to fight for justice and freedom. So there you have it, folks, the thrilling story of the Boston Tea Party, from its roots in colonial frustration to its lasting impact on American history. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most famous acts of rebellion in history. If you love learning about the Boston Tea Party, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more historical adventures, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Share your thoughts or questions about the Boston Tea Party in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and happy homeschooling to the whole family.